Welcome to the Community Brew Podcast, Commerce and Conversations, brought to you by the Carefree Cave Creek Chamber of Commerce, where local business meets local flavor in the heart of the beautiful Desert Foothills region. We're serving up fresh insights, inspiring stories from business owners, experts, and community leaders shaping our vibrant community, including simple strategies to help you grow your business faster. And now, here's your host, President and CEO of the Carefree Cave Creek Chamber of Commerce, Steve Feld.
Hello and welcome back to the Community Brew. We have another great guest with us today. We have Gregory Newman from the Carefree Traveler. Thanks for being our guest today.
Appreciate you having me, Steve. Look forward to talking.
So I always have to ask this, started off like, what got you into this business?
I fell into the business quite literally. I moved back to the Carefree area after COVID 2020 and was looking for work, was looking for something flexible here in the very immediate Carefree Cave Creek area. Checked the Chamber's website, actually, which is where I found the listing for the Carefree Traveler, who was hiring at that time.
Nice.
Stumbled in, and the rest is history.
Very nice. How do you like it so far?
I love it so much so I bought the place, so it must be going pretty well.
I'd say so. Now, I know you and I have talked about using a travel advisor and the benefits of it.
Sure.
There's way more benefits than people really believe in. Why would someone really go to an advisor versus like, oh, I'm going to go Google it and find something online?
You can certainly start by Googling. A lot of people do begin their travel research that way, but going through the whole process, booking, understanding what's open, what's closed, what hotels are under renovation, what cruise lines are having specials. That's kind of all the information that we spend our days understanding, reading, staying on top of all the offers, all the changes in the industry. So you could do it yourself and trust that you have all that information, or you come to a travel advisory like the Carefree Traveler, where that kind of comes with the package.
Exactly. And I think there's something that people don't know. Let's say you're overseas, you have your plans, you did it all on your own, something goes wrong, and now you have to call the 800 number, and it's the middle of the night.
Good luck with that.
Versus you set up my whole package, you created my itinerary, you know where I'm supposed to be.
Exactly.
Could I call you up and take care of it?
You can call me up. I don't know if I'll wake up. I wake up pretty early in the middle of the night, and we do promise travel insurance. It's a great way to do that. But that's exactly right. If you call some 800 number in the middle of the night, you don't know what country you're getting, what time it is there. They don't know your reservation from Adam. Right. Whereas if you contact the Carefree Traveler, all the pieces, especially on a multi-leg trip where you've got flights and transfers and hotels and cruises. If you call where something's wrong with the cruise line, for example, they only know their one specific part. Where if you're doing the whole end-to-end travel experience with the Carefree Traveler, anything that potentially could go wrong, of course, we hope that nothing does. We'll be able to catch you up along the way, make sure everything as seamless as possible to get you back on track.
All right, I got to bring this up because I know a lot of people don't realize this, and I'm one of those that took me a long time to figure it out, is by using a travel advisor, I can say, I want to look at the things that are not the touristy things, but I want to see the most interesting top sites and something for that city. I've used, when I use a travel advisor, it's like they all of a sudden know it like it's back of their hand. And then meanwhile, I can Google this for days and still not find it.
Right. And what's out on Google is whoever put the ads there, or, you don't really know what you're getting. You could certainly give it a try. But our consortium, we're part of a network called Signature Travel Network that has 2,000 advisories across the country and contacts in over 170 countries. So that on-the-ground research has been done on the different types of travel. Someone might want to do more authentic travel, such as yourself. Some people do want to see the highlights and say they've just check the boxes. And that's a style of travel too. And we cater to all types. So using a travel advisory, we've got that kind of built-in network of research, of homework to cover really any travel style.
Great. I know you just bought the whole agency and you've been in it for a while. What's been one of the biggest hurdles so far?
One of the biggest hurdles so far has just been understand how to let go. We've had a great team. I came in, but the whole team combined has over 60 years experience of our in-house team and of some of our independent contractors. I get to benefit from them every day. But letting our advisors who've done it, who know what they're doing, kind of handle things and allow me to do some of the more macro things for the business and really grow the company, like coming on podcast today.
Absolutely. I was going to say, what's one of those things that sets your business apart? But 60 years of experience. I mean, that's a pretty big.
That's a big one. The Carefree Traveler has been in here, for those who don't know, since the 1990s, up on the corner of Carefree and Cave Creek Road. The previous owner was owner for 40 years, Rosemary Marr, moved on to another agency owner, Paul Dario Martori, and I've been very fortunate to step in their footsteps and do half the job that they do. I think we're on the right track.
Let's say someone is planning a vacation, maybe an anniversary, whatever it is, and they just don't know where to start. They start, like you said, go Google it or search it out. But if they have questions, are you there to like really guide them through it and be that advisor?
As much or as little as they want. And we have clients who run the whole gamut. Some people come to us and say, we don't know. And some come to us say, I want to be on this beach, on this island, in this country, on these exact dates. And there's only one house because it's a private secluded island. And either way, we can make it work. So for those who have no idea, just want to pick the brain, brainstorm, not sure about cruising, not sure about African safari, you kind of come up with it as much or as little information as you want, and as much or as little of us taking the wheel, as I like to say. And we're happy to do it kind of at any speed you're comfortable with.
Great. And you have a great team, obviously, with lots of experience, but how do you stay motivated as a leader and keep them motivated as well?
Right. I get up and I stay motivated just because of the clientele. The job is great. There's fun things we get to see and do. I mean, we're in travel. I think we all kind of get in this because we love travel to some extent. I've lived all around the world and had that fortunate experience. And to bring that global mindset to the clients, to my neighbors here in Carefree and Cave Creek, and get them to live out their travel dreams, their once in a lifetime trips, their family reunions, multi-generation trips, honeymoons that you mentioned. Being able to just kind of share the world with our little slice of it, our little piece of it with Carefree and Cave Creek, is one of the best parts, if not the best part of the job.
What would you tell someone who's thinking, hey, maybe I should go into this industry? What would you tell them?
I'd tell them to go for it. I'd tell them to give me a call because we're hiring independent contractors. If you want to start your own little business, I'd plug. I didn't realize I was getting that. Just be ready for a lot of details. If you're taking someone's travel experience, it's a job that's, I look at it as like a jigsaw puzzle. There's 100 pieces. There could be 500 pieces. That's a little drastic. Whereas you've got to stitch together a flight with a transfer, make sure the passport's the right information, make sure they get to the right place at the right time. So it's not a job where you're cutting corners. There's a lot of thoroughness, a lot of research, and that's part of why we have such a big team whose job is to do a little bit of the back end or administrative type work. But if you want to get in travel, it's the perks are great. Obviously, I'm a benefit of those about once a year, and I would say go for it and give us a call if you're serious about it, because travel advisory and agency business is taking off. You can do it really from anywhere. You can do it from home. We've got a brick and mortar again here on Cave Creek Road, which is great. But our independents, we've got a network of independent contractors who work with us and leverage our expertise and learn through us. And they live throughout the state, and one that's out of state as well.
Great. I know I used to work for a company. We had a dedicated travel agents.
Right.
Call them up. They knew me. I knew them. They had all my info in their database. Is that something you guys do for companies around the area?
We do that for some companies. They come to us for a lot of that is flights. There is some leisure and business travel as well. But where we have the Rolodex at everyone's passport information, birth dates, spouses' names if they're traveling, seat preferences, you name it. If your company wants just one place to call and say, hey, my executive, my team member needs to be here tomorrow, we book flights in less than 24 hours. And then all the other pieces, hotels, cars that go along with that here in the Cave Creek and Carefree area.
Great. And I'm sure you have your little ways, the secret back doors and everything else to find great flights and great deals.
I don't know if they're secrets, and we're not going to keep them from you. So you come ask us.
You just can't find them on the internet really easy.
You can't find them really easily.
Hours and hours.
Exactly. Yeah, we tap into some back end systems that we subscribe to as being part of the industry. So we have all inside baseball here, but all the rate codes, all the different classes say if you're getting a first class seat, there's really 7 levels of first class points and restricted and all this fun stuff. So you tell us exactly what you want and we'll make it happen. Whereas when you're searching on the airline's website, to use that example, you might just kind of see one, but there's really under the covers a lot of different things that go into what makes a price that you see. And depending on what you want, you call us and we'll turn around exactly what you're looking for.
Great. I always have to ask this question. It's the loaded question.
Uh-oh.
What's one of your favorite hidden gems up in this area? It could be a restaurant, retail, it could be a site, a park.
I'm gonna have to defer to all my friends in Mariachi Plaza, where we're based, and on the border of Carefree and Cave Creek. We do coffee across the way at the roastery. We go Donna Jean Salon for my wife's haircut. She's right next door to us. Puppy Love is there. So I don't know if they're hidden. Sometimes they feel hidden because we're kind of down a little off the street. But our friends here in Carefree are some of our best patrons, and they send clients to us, and we try to do the same. So I'm always going to stick up for our friends here in Mariachi.
What do you see your business doing in like the next year? Where's it going?
Certainly, we're going to emphasize on group travel with our neighbors here in Carefree and Cave Creek. Any of us who's listening that came to our annual event last year heard the emphasis on that. Paula, who I'd mentioned, the outgoing owner, is now going to focus specifically on group travel. So anyone that's here that wants to travel with people that kind of live and the same climate, socioeconomically or stage of life. We're going to be looking at putting some specific group trips together, both cruises and land experiences. So if you're not comfortable in going out totally on your own and want some people that you trust, Paula, myself, will be leading some groups out. And then just as a business, we're going to focus on, and we talked about technology and Google a little bit before, leveraging some of the AI tools. So I know people are, can I just do this myself with AI? Is AI going to tell you that your flight got canceled a couple hours before and rebook you? We'll wait to be seen, not yet.
Right.
But we are leveraging some of that early stage research and AI, matching it with the Signature Travel Network and everything that we mentioned previously to give you the best of both worlds and figure out a way to inbound what you've done research-wise and how to incorporate that into spinning up what we already have out of the box. That's kind of a mid-range plan, but we'll get some more technology going as well this year on the Traveler.
And how can people get a hold of you if they have that question or they're like, listen, I don't want to book it? Because I know I've done this to my travel agents.
Yeah.
It was like, listen, here's where I want to go. I want to just see these things. I don't want to drive. I want to eat at good restaurants. I want to stay at decent hotels. Let me know when you have it. 2 days later, it's like, here's your itinerary.
You're the best type of client that we can have. We should talk more after
exactly.
the show. You get in touch with us. I think our information is going to show up in the show notes here with websites, email addresses, phone numbers. So don't scramble for that pen. Keep driving safely out there if you're on the road. Stop by. We are in the neighborhood, again, Carefree and Cave Creek. Give us a call. Again, any level of ideation that you have, we can kind of take it from any step and get you to the finish line. If you know you want to eat nice restaurants or you don't know what kind of food you want to eat at all, you get in touch with the Carefree Traveler. We'll make it happen for you.
Excellent. Any final thoughts for our listeners and viewers?
Just keep going. Just get out there. Obviously, that's a loaded statement from the guy who does and sells travel. You got one life to live. Life is short, and there's a big world out there. Our little bubble here in the Carefree and Cave Creek area is fantastic, but there's a lot of places out there. Again, from experience living abroad, you could do this little Arizona thing, and it's great. But there's just so much to see, do, learn from other people, other cultures out there, and if we can help you see it, we'd love to.
Great, thanks. Folks, if you had that question or you just are frustrated making your own travel plans, you got someone to talk to now. Give Gregory and his team a call. They're going to take care of you, and it'll be a lot less stress because I can vouch for that one.
Yeah, we'll take it on for you. Thanks again for hosting us. I appreciate the chance to speak with the community. We're here. We look forward to working with members of Carefree, Cave Creek, and beyond.
Great. Well, thank you for being our guest. Thanks for Gregory and myself, Steve Felt from the Chamber. We wish you and your business much success.
Thanks for joining us on the Community Brew Podcast, Commerce and Conversations. If you enjoyed this episode, Be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends, fellow business owners, and community champions. Don't forget to check out our other episodes for more tips, stories, and strategies to help your business grow, all served with a local twist. Until next time, stay connected, stay inspired, and keep brewing success in the desert foothills. The Carefree Cave Creek Chamber of Commerce wishes you much success.